Hello calculus students, we're here to do another problem in section 1.2, defining limits and using limit notation. Our notation here in this problem, we're looking at left-hand limits, right-hand limits, general limits, and then function value. So in this particular graph, in this first problem here, we are looking to see the limit of f of x as x approaches -2 from the left-hand side. So when you see a little negative up here, it almost looks like a power. That's telling you that we're approaching the number from the left-hand side. So we need to look at this graph starting around -2, but from the left of -2. So left of -2, we'll start over here. We're going to approach -2 from the left-hand side. Now, what do our function values approach when we're approaching -2 from the left-hand side? Well, that would mean this part of the graph. Okay? So as we approach -2 from the left-hand side, my function values approach that little hole in the graph. So the limit, the value that it approaches is 4. So we have a value of 4. So the left-hand limit is 4. Second problem says we're approaching, and notice this time this is starting with a little plus sign. That means we're approaching -2 from the right-hand side. So my part of the graph approaching -2 from the right-hand side, that would mean we're talking about this part of the graph. And as my x is approaching -2, my function values approach 0. So my right-hand limit is 0. Now my third statement here is called the general limit. And the general limit only exists if the left-hand limit is equal to the right-hand limit. And since my left-hand limit is 4 and my right-hand limit is 0, then the general limit does not exist. And our last question on here is just a function value. Remember, function values and limit values are not necessarily the same thing. This says, what's f of -2? Clearly, f of -2 is where the solid dot height is, and so f of -2 is just 2.